Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys in California. Before I begin, give of all praise, it's the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to Earthly Mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Family, we're going to be doing a little cross-referencing between a couple of books in order for you to see what the other nations have been hiding. You know, we do know that like places, there's certain institutes that get uh, artifacts, and they get called a certain institute, and these places come and they take the artifacts away a lot of times, and then you never see them or hear about them again. Or there'll be some people will make a discovery, and all of a sudden that area will be blocked off and you will not be allowed to go to that area anymore. And they're always trying to hide something. It's really good to look at, that's what we're going to be doing, is looking at older books and comparing them to newer versions of the same book. Because it's always good to look at what was taken out, what was changed, what did they need to take out that was so important in the earlier books that was so freely given, and why would they change it later on. And that's how you kind of figure out like what they've been trying to hide this whole time. As we're now in the time of revelation, we're in the time of revealing. The Most High is bringing information, understanding back to his people and to the Gentiles that have chosen to cleave to the Most High's chosen people and that want to follow the true power. And before we get into this video, I want to say a thank you to all the family members that support me and support the channel, so that we can get these books, so we can get this information. I could not do this without you, and I want to say thank you. And, to everyone that has been helping, has helped in the past, that it continues to help, and that will continue to help also in the future. This is a opportunity for everyone here to support and help with this work that the Most High has us doing. Now, see, I know that you guys can use these videos not just for your entertainment, but also for you to have ammunition when you talk to someone, or confirmation when the Most High is talking to you. I know that I don't usually stick on one topic. I will do multiple different topics on videos and things like that, because as the Most High moves me. And that's just proof, because I'll get emails or I'll get comments that like, the Most High had me thinking about this, and I wasn't sure about this information, if it was good or whatever else. And then you just happen to do a video confirming everything the Most High was showing me. That happens to me quite a bit as well. Like I'll be thinking about something, I'll be studying something, and then all of a sudden videos on that topic will pop up, or books on that topic will pop up. We are on a quest for our traditions and our heritage. And that's something that we need to work together as a people to get. And not only as we get this information, we share it with the other people, with the other nations. And that's how it's supposed to work. We're supposed to be working together in order to do the Most High's work. So again, I wanted to say a thank you to everyone that has been helping, that has helped in the past, and that will continue to help in the future. And may the Most High bless you and your family. And so we got some more information on its way. And just be on the lookout for more videos. I'm actually going to probably put another video out today, so be on the lookout for another video that's going to be coming out dealing with another topic from another book with other information. And then be looking for a live. If we don't do one this evening, we'll definitely do one tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that. Because if you don't get notified, just kind of look around, this evening, 7:30. If I'm going to go live. If I don't do a live tonight, I will do another one. I will definitely do one tomorrow. I have the family opportunity to come together and share some information, and just have some time with each other. Because we've been bringing out a lot of information. It's a great time for us to be able to bring this information together. I've been getting a lot of great emails, sharing a lot of information, a lot of confirmation of many things. And like I said, I have the Most High has blessed us with a lot of information that we're bringing together. So here's a little bit that we're gonna, that just confirms the things, the topics, and the people that the Most High, has allowed the Gentiles to hide. Now we know in Psalms 83, this is a very long term and intricate um, prophecy. Let me go there really fast just because. Let me go here really quick. Get there. Psalms 83. A lot of people, they just read something, they look at it real fast, they read it once or twice, and they think they have all the understanding. But the Most High is showing you how the hiding of the Israelites, the destruction of our names, the destruction of us from the people has been a very long-standing process by the other nations. Psalms 83, full lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that's exactly what we are. We've been hidden. We've been erased from history. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's exactly what they've done. So anyone is just, hey, we're comfortable with you not knowing who you are. We're comfortable with stealing your heritage. We're comfortable with taking away your heritage and giving it to others. You are all part of the Psalms 83 conglomerate, Psalms 83 conspiracy. This is a conspiracy for your ass, pretty much. Because, like I said, everyone around you is in on it, and they know it. Now, the ones that come to this conclusion that, hey, everything's a lie, that's the thing. A lot of people are realizing now that everything around them is a lie. And now the Most High is giving you an alternative to the lie. And it's up to you to embrace this truth and support it and learn it and chase after the Most High. This is why the Most High gives you information and understanding, so that you can be used by the Father in many different avenues, okay, in society. I only have so much of a reach. But if this touches another person who has a different reach in a different community, and they take this information to them and shares information with them, then that there in turn, spreads this truth into somewhere else. And if, someone's Asian and they get this information and, and they want to go and spread it with their people. If you got East Indian people who take the information and spread it with their people. If you got some so-called white people, that take the information and spread and share with their people. Many people are more receptive to a story, if it's in their spirit, from someone that looks like them. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, I can't. There's certain areas, there's certain people, there's certain groups that I can't, infiltrate. But the Most High will use others to do that. So all we do is just drop the seeds, drop the truth, and then the Most High gives it to who needs it, gives these ammunition to those who need it, and then He will use them to further His agenda. So we're gonna take a look right here. Now, I saw this book was being used by a brother on TikTok or something like that, and he just had like a PDF of it. So I looked for the book, he had it. It's in Spanish, right here. So I don't have the book on me, but I just took the pictures right here. Okay, we're just only gonna look at a part of it. All right. I only took a picture of this part. Sorry about that. We're probably gonna get into this even more though. It's León Historia, something de Mexico. Okay. This is about page 30. Okay, and it's telling you pretty much who the ancient people of the lands of Mexico are. Okay, it's telling you right here. You know what? I'm gonna go back real fast. Let me get the book because I want to. Well, actually, no. Let's just scroll. You can see the pictures. You can see the artwork. You can see what the people look like right here. Okay, and these people right here are telling you that the ancient people of Mexico and who they were and who they are today. Okay, it says at the bottom, el más antiguo habitante de México, según unos, es el hombre negro. Okay, y según otros, okay, el otomi. La existencia de hombres negros y de gigantes es común Creencia en casi todas las razas de nuestro suelo. Now, pretty much it's telling you right here, el más antiguo gigante de Mexico, the most ancient inhabitant of Mexico, según unos. That's like some say. Now, it's the exact same topics they use, the exact same tactics they use to bring out truth in English, they do in other languages as well. Some say. So they can tell you the truth, but they can say something like, oh, well, some people say. They say that kind of garbage all the time. Some say, some say. We don't care what you say. See, we care with what was there before you, what you've been hiding, and that will confirm pretty much that it's not some say, it's a fact. Because we look at what you've been hiding, what you don't talk about, the people that you raise up to show all the time. You love to show, European looking people in Mexico. But the people who were the original inhabitants, the people who were negro, hombres negros right here, you push them off to the side as if they only got here on slave ships and they weren't here already before you. But see, to the victor goes the spoils. And when you win, the Europeans were the ones who won and took over the lands, you were able to push a history that favored you. All those black people that are here, they all came on slave ships. No proof, no nothing. But you get books like this that, hey, the Most High makes them tell the truth. Because he's going to awaken us here at the end, and he's going to give us our heritage back. This is a confirmation right here of Psalms 83. Right, again, el más antiguo habitante de México, según unos, some say, es el hombre negro. Okay? So, when you're talking about all these ancient structures, remember, when the Spanish got here, they were talking to the natives that were here. And they said, who built these structures? Who built these pyramids? They said, we don't know. We don't know who built them. So then it's important for you to realize, well, who was here before these natives? And they're telling you right here, the most ancient people were so-called black people. Okay? But they got to throw that whole some say in there just to give them wiggle room, okay, so that they don't have to admit the truth. But see, this is right here. This is Psalms 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have all come together to hide us as a people. Okay, so the people that they raise up, right, and put as the face of these lands right now, they weren't the ones that were there in ancient times. Now, like I said, they're through mixing and things like that. Hey, there's going to be plenty of our people in our DNA and many people that are there today. Okay? I'm not saying that all people that were there were so-called black people. That's not what I'm saying, because like I've already told you before, scientifically, so-called black people make people that look from all spectrums, okay, so they can look like everybody. And you're going to realize later on, I'm going to show you some other information where people who've lived with the natives in the 1800s are going to let you know about what they look like. And they don't look like what you see today, because it's an agenda. Everything, everywhere in the whole world is an agenda. And the agenda was Psalms 83, verse 3 and 4. This agenda is, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That is your conspiracy theory. That is what the whole world conspires to do, to keep Israel from knowing who they are. Because once we go back to our power and we start observing the rules and regulations, okay, and the things that we're supposed to do for our power, he's going to turn his face back to us. And that's game, set, match for everyone else. And they know this. That's exactly why they hide everything. And see, that little some say, según unos, will also give our people doubt. Because if your whole life you've been told that you're African American, you're African, you're African, you're African, you're not American, you're not native, you were brought here on slave ships, you don't have a history, then when you start to see the truth, you will then even question the truth, because all these people that have been telling me this my whole life, they wouldn't lie to me. They wouldn't be lying to me. All of them are lying to me. All the people in school, all the teachers, when I went to elementary school, when I went to junior high, when I went to high school, when I went to college, when I got advanced degrees, they were all lying to me? Yes. And that's exactly what Psalms 83 is telling you. Everyone is lying to you. And that's why the Holy Spirit has to be sent in order to bring everything back into remembrance. Because everyone around you is not for your turn. They're for their turn, not yours. So again, Psalms 83, 2 through 4. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You're not Israel, you're African American. You're Afro American. You're colored. You were a slave. You don't have an identity. We took all your names from you. We gave you our names. That's the crafty counsel. Now, I'm going to show you something else here real quick that just confirms this. El más antiguo habitante de México, según unos, es el hombre negro. Okay? And they talk about the giants being in these lands, hombres negros y de gigantes es común creencia en casi todas las razas de nuestro suelo y en sus varios idiomas tienen palabra para designarlos. Algunos objetos arqueológicos encontrados en varias localidades demuestran la existencia. I'm going to say giants, okay? I'm part of the gigantes, okay? Now, real quick, de aquellos siendo a las notables la cabeza colosal de granito existen en Huiyapan, Veracruz. And those are the heads, okay? The old mech heads. Y una hacha de lo mismo de localidad cercana a la citada. En Teotihuacán abundan las cabecitas de tipo etiópico y pintadas de negro, okay? So this is pretty much talking about, these are the pretty much the facts, or that a lot of the people that were there before, the original people, which we already know, the Olmec heads, were so-called black people. That was the mother civilization of the Americas, was in Veracruz with the Olmecs, and that's where everyone else got their culture from. Nothing new. Okay? Now, just to confirm that this stuff is true, when you look at Atlantis, the Antediluvian world, the first edition right here gives you way more information. But like I said, I've done videos on this many times. This just confirms what the other book is saying. That they're, let's see, 6. Without Atlantis, how can we explain the fact that the early Egyptians were depicted by themselves as red men on their own monuments? And on the other hand, how can we account for the representations of Negroes on the monuments of Central America? Now, these are the things that they're showing you. What are the things that they're not showing us? What types of pictures and archaeological evidence have certain institutes have they been hiding? You see what I'm saying? Like they give you information, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, they've been hiding everything from the Most High's chosen people. But later on, they're going to be pushing it's everyone. Everyone's been lied to, but they're not talking about the specific group that they've been going after the whole time. No different than Juneteenth. Juneteenth it began for, slaves finally realized that they were free, right? Then all of a sudden it's for everybody. It's a very typical tactic that they've been using. Well, you don't want this day just for you. You want it for everybody. Oh, you don't want recompense just for you. You want everyone to be recompensed. You don't want reparations just for you. You want reparations to go to we want programs so it benefits everyone. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do all the time, because they know that what they're going to have to pay, they can't pay. So it's just a slick way to try to just take the money that they owe us and give it back to themselves. And that's okay. You can do whatever you want. It's your money. It's your society. Do whatever you want. Just know ultimately you're not the final say. The Most High is. And he will let you know what you're going to have to pay. Not me. Not you, but the Father. He's going to designate what it is. And if you want to know what you're going to have to do, go to Numbers 35 and 33. It's all over the place. Jeremiah 30:16. He's telling you exactly what you're going to have to do in order to pay for what you've done to the Most High's chosen people. And this is why you hide everything about what you've done to us and the fact that you're going to have to pay for this. Okay? So again, and on the other hand, how can we account for the representations of Negroes on the monuments of Central America? Now, see, they're going to just try to twist it and make it sound like, oh, well, either they walked across on Atlantis, or they had to have been enslaved earlier and brought over on stations because these Negroes, they don't know anything about ships. They're allergic to water. They're too dumb to, to navigate, and they can't swim. None of them can swim. You see, same old, same old. Even within this, they still get their, their racist, digs in, which is no problem. Hey, you can say whatever you want. Don't matter to me. We know the truth. Okay? So it says Desiree Charnay, now engaged in exploring those monuments, has published in the North American Review for December 1880 photographs of a number of idols exhumed at San Juan de Teotihuacan, from which I select the following strikingly Negroid faces. Right there. Okay? And then they also talk about the Olmec heads. Besides the sculptures of long-bearded men seen by the explorer at Chichen Itza, there are tall figures of people with small heads, thick lips, and curly short hair or wool, regarded as Negroes. We always see them as standard or parasol bearers, but never engage in actual warfare. This is what they're finding. These are which goes exactly with the other book that was in Spanish right there. Okay, the following cut is from the court of the palace of Palenque, figured by Stevens. The face is strongly Ethiopian. The figure below represents a gigantic granite head found near the volcano of Tuxtla in the Mexican state of Veracruz at Caxapa. The features are unmistakably Negroid. Okay? And then the next part just talks about how we don't go on the sea. That's only them. We don't make ships. We don't do any of that. That's okay. That stuff doesn't matter. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. You have to justify the some says, and you got to try to give people doubt. And that's okay. That's your job. You can create all the doubt that you want. But we know that you've been hiding this truth. You've been hiding the fact that the most ancient people that were here were so-called Negroes. We were not all brought over here on slave ships. That is also confirmed on the video that I just did a couple of days ago with the 1850 census about how so few of the slaves were identified as African because they weren't Africans. They were already here. So again, all of these different videos and all this information is all saying the same thing, that the so-called Negroes that you talk about were the actual indigenous people here. And what the Most High says in the scriptures in Joel chapter 2, he is going to return the lands back to the original people. So it would make a lot of sense for you people who are listening to these videos to tie your cart to the people who are the original people here. Because those are the ones that are going to be staying on these lands. Those are the ones that are going to be given back authority over these wonderful lands that you love and you live on. And that's talked about in Isaiah 14. Okay, Isaiah 14 and 1. Okay? This is what the Bible says. Doesn't matter what I say. My opinion doesn't mean anything. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. He's going to set us back in our own land. So you better know which lands. It ain't that little itty bitty strip of land in the so-called Middle East. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. That's what you're getting your opportunity to do right now. You're getting your opportunity to hear this truth and cleave to the Most High's chosen people. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. This is how you tell who's who. Certain people have been serving a hard bondage. They're going to